Hi, Anna. If you want to come on in and have a seat for some symbolic support, here's your Inkblot made in your name and essence. If you want to take a screenshot, so you can scry in your own time and terms for shapes and symbols that speak to your psyche and psychic senses. Anna, I want to thank you for stepping forward to be my muse, for holding space for me to share my insights, and allowing me to be a guest in your aura. I'm excited. Okay, we are doing add-ons, automatic writing. I also want to note a few things came through. Sorry, I will get in a second. When I was creating your Inkblot, crystals and geodes, very specifically rose quartz, and it was called even like your Inkblot has been sitting with it. Whether it's like rose-colored glasses or just a really soft, loving energy. Like I felt like old sister vibes. Like I'm the oldest in my family. I don't know if you are, or maybe just amongst your friends. You also remind me of a girlfriend I have named Teresa. And there's just something about her energy that I adore. And I know that doesn't mean a whole lot to you, but it's like in that big sister vibes. Like even if you're a single child or you don't, you know what I'm saying? There was something about her presence that was very opening and calming. And even though she could, get excitable and very social, very natural. Anyway, like a natural beauty. I feel like I'm a free spirit in safe places. I do have a wild side, but it tends to be, at least how I felt, was more mental and maybe like unleash it around safe people. I feel very disciplined, deep, calming earth colors with dashes of sparkle and like gold leafing. Like that's enough. So like subdued, but with a little something, something. Okay. We'll add on more as it comes through. I'm going to take a moment, Anna, if you'd like to join me to close the eyes. Cleansing the palette of perception, releasing the race and the rush. Activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support. Anna, let's go. Okay, I feel like my glasses are askewed. Interesting. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so I'm being drawn in right here. And there's like a face in there. I want to say it's male. Something about... Okay, so I don't know if this is a male, like a father, grandfather, uncle, or something along that lines, or, even a brother. Just a male energy. But to be honest with you, I'm getting the sense that it's like a birth angel or a guide that you've had for a really long time. When they look at you, or check in, or just, when somebody just can bring you to tears, like eyes welled up in happiness and proud. That's how I feel. Like it kind of gets me emotional. But I cry all the time, so that's okay if it comes through. And I say that because like this negative space, is my finger in the way, right there, is like in their third eye. So they see you ethereally, even as or energetically, like they're ethereal, you're earthly, and energy is the in-between. And I feel like they've been with you a long time. And now I'm seeing points up here. And there's a conversation. I'm also seeing a tent. I'm seeing a church or some sort of faith-based, I'm going to say structure, for lack of a better word. Almost like one of those copper pyramids. You know what I mean? Like sitting in meditation, and it's like some sort of geometry. It's probably a better way of saying it. Better or worse, it's indifferent to me. But do you know what I'm saying? Like it feels like a spot where I can conduct something. Almost like if I was going into like a sweat lodge, or like maybe sort of like a Egyptian. Yeah, but even still, there's like this steeple. There's a steeple up at the top. And the steeple is black and silver. it's like a moth that carries its own light. And I don't know if you were a cheerleader at some point in time, or you have cheerleaders in spirit. Sorry. Like when I get into it, it feels like things are touching my face. So what else do we have here? I feel like when I go inside of this, and even for simplicity, it could be like a temple, but there's like a wee conversation happening there. And again, I'm speaking symbolically, so please, fit the reference from that space of spirit. Because I'm hearing the song, Away in a Manger, na 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 na. I feel like I'm in a manger. I was born. Are you like a miracle baby? Someone thought or maybe you were adopted but even you're a miracle. Your birth into the world, adopted or with your birth parents, your birth angel has been a constant with you for sure, but you are like magic. You are a blessing. That's how it feels. You are a blessing. And now I'm seeing, I feel like I'm emotionally not like that. Again, it's like another cheerleader vibe or something along that lines. You have a lot of cheering going on around you, but it feels nice. Feels nice. A-N-N-A. Okay, so this is making me feel because I'm seeing like pom-poms. Up there's like magician in the manger. And when I come down here, it's like my emotional state. I don't know what you do for a living, but you might cheer other people on or help uplift them. Maybe it's something that you do for a living, or maybe it's something you do on the side. Maybe it's, again, like that older sister vibe. You can really hold emotional space for other people to cheer them on. But this isn't without like sharing the truth of things or, hard truths. You know what I mean? Okay, so more symbology. Please follow it. I'm seeing the like Adam and Eve concept with the snake and the apple. There's something, like how when the apple is drawn. Okay, there's my little apple. Does it come through? There's my apple. The stem of it, I have these snakes of knowledge. I feel like I'm very smart. I don't know if you feel that way, but I feel very humbled. But I'm intelligent. But it's not like I walk around like, maybe you do. I don't know. But I don't feel like I am. I feel like I'm just, like, hey, how are you? Not to say you don't have fiery, because there's fire and feisty in you, but I just not getting the sensation it's how I lead. Like a rose quartz, I lead with love. The reciprocity of the resonance of this, the apple of my eye. And it's the knowledge. I don't know if you went to school like 3 times, like maybe it's just simply, elementary to high school to college, or if you have like 3 different varying degrees or 3 different kinds of knowledge. Like, I went to school for this, but then I also took 2 other courses for these things or for this world, and somehow they might complement each other. Because when I'm coming into the snake, it's just about knowledge. And it's like each of this, it's like the 3-headed dog for Hades, was it Cerberus? It's like a 3-headed snake. And they each are like going to take different parts of the apple, so nothing goes to waste. You might be a really good recycler type thing. Upcycler, recycler. Sorry, give me a moment here. I just want to see if I'm seeing something in there. Okay. So I feel like I'm in Snow White. I think it's Snow White. Yep. And I am meeting or seeing whatever the witches for that side that's like envious of her youth or her position with her dad or maybe inheritance or something. I'm sorry, I can't remember the whole story of Snow White, so I'm not sure what part really pertains. But I'm walking up towards like this little castle, but it's giving me like evil queen vibes. When I internalize that personally as me, and I'm just here as a guest yammering along, so please always follow your own knowings and intuitions about it. I feel like it's a part of me. Again, that feisty, it's not withheld because it's not suppressed in anything. It's simply guarded by my light. Like if this part, it's almost like the yin yang symbol, but with different geometries. And people will really meet what they need to. But I also go there to, okay, because I'm seeing it like the dark void of space, the, inner earth, if I may, or the Milky Way. And I feel like I like dark. Some people may like to sleep with the TV on. I feel like I like dark. When I go to sleep, it's like the subcon realm. And again, I'm not necessarily saying about like the evil queen vibes here. I feel like this is, I know it's not even subconscious. It could be like a shadow aspect, but I feel like I've done so much work there because everything. So this is that space, right here. Any sort of hurt. It's surrounded by. It's like oh my goodness! It's like I'm seeing an apple seed with the white of an apple. You bite into the apple and it's generally white around it, and then the apple seeds stand out being dark. Okay, that's what I'm seeing. Oh my goodness. But all of this pours out back to, it's like I like learning. I like learning about myself. I like learning about other people. I feel very observant. Something about like feather boas too. Like I could go to New Orleans and like have a great time. What is it, Mardi Gras? I don't even know what it is, but something along that lines. Or I could go to Atlantic City with the girls, or go somewhere with the girls, or Vegas. You know what I mean? That's what that feels like. Just gonna add on a few tarot and oracle. Thank you for being here with me, and I'm gonna get to the add-ons in a moment. Yeah, okay. Empress, please follow. Please follow what you like. But I want to slide the Empress in. Right there. It's like, I feel like you hold poise. And like, but I can have fun. I can have a good time. Something else flipped over when I was up here. Okay. King of Pentacles, the High Priestess, and the Two of Cups. And that came out in a trifecta there. So please follow those as well. Oh, okay. So the High Priestess on the bottom, Nine of Cups. Do you have like a lucky life? I feel like I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful in your energy. Whether the Two of Cups are your parents in some way, shape, or form, just parent, like I had good parents or good grandparents or foster parents. I don't know what it is, but I feel like again, look at both of the Empress and the High Priestess. It's like, oh my. And it's like, oh my. Maybe you live southernly. I don't have your information up. I feel like, but I'm grateful. I'm also seeing the two ducks in there. There's been some transformation, at least 3 prominent transformations in your life. Same with that 3-headed snake. Okay, sorry. So for one moment here, remember I was talking about that dark evil queen's castle that's not the evil queen's castle? Like and I'm seeing the word evil and then it's being mirrored and it's really live, right? So I feel like there might be some sort of misinterpretation, so I don't bear the weight of that. But in there, I want to slide her in there. Like, it's almost like you have a natural intuitive knowing about things that's maybe just shared organically. And I feel like I might have like prophetic dreams or something like that. Not sure if you're married or in a relationship, but I feel stability around you. And strength, grace, companionship, possibly even a cruise. Okay, sorry, I'm coming back over here. What was I talking about? Like Vegas or something? I don't know. I'm just going to jump back in. Thank you. It's always an exploration. Okay. Oh, for some reason, I want to wait till I flip it. Isn't that weird? I'll leave it. I'll let it be. We'll follow the High Priestess here. I'm also getting the sensation from the High Priestess vibes when I wander back into that subcon space of sorts. I feel it's almost like I'm thinking about what else do I want to learn about. I'm kind of curious. It's like, yeah, I could learn something new. I could, just learn something new. Get a new take on an old thing or revisit something maybe you already know and see what's been updated. You know what I'm saying? Just like, yeah, I could do that. Yeah, you're going to come up? Okay. On the bottom, we have joyful music. I'll get to you guys in a hot second. So also with these snakes of knowledge, but with all that green in there, I want to bring in joy. I don't know if you like music, understand the value of music, to bring in joy, creative flow. You might even have like a master's degree, but you've mastered something. It doesn't have to be in the typical societal master's degree of something, but it's like there's somebody that works through you. Now, this is a more female energy, again, like a grandmother and they've got pizzazz. They're personality, because you've got personality. And I feel like it's inspired. It's inspiring me. It inspires me to learn. It inspires me to lean into certain things, but to have it be really joyful along the way. This isn't to say, like, it's kind of like I want to say I've lived a blessed life, but at the same time, that's not to say there wasn't hardships, or tough moments. But there's always this growing of like those Vegas things. Like I kind of added more feathers to my cap, and I don't know how to say that. I feel like it's noticeable in a good way. Like if a Vegas dancer of sorts was to walk by with like the large feathers and, like coming out of the crown and coming out of the costume of your aura, like it's felt and it's soft. Compassion and surrender. Again, if those mean anything to you, this is what gets my heart going. I don't know if you surrender enough. I feel like home is where the heart is. Family might be really important to you. Now, whether that family is your frequency family, I feel like I'm also connected to more hearts. Like I see how in this, I don't know if it'll come through. Maybe if I bring it up really, really close. Okay, like see how there's like a bunch of different homes in there? Like again, maybe you are from a big family. Or just, do you know what I'm saying? Or like, and yeah, sometimes they can be like a pain in the back. But your temple is in your heart. I feel like I hold a lot of compassion for maybe other families, for my siblings, for my friend family, for my soul family, for my tribe. And what it's like, because I just got a tinge in my back when I was talking about family. I was like, oh, and I was like, okay. But then I surrender when I kind of feel like it's all a little too much, or I need to go back to the manger, to the copper pyramid, or the structure. These came down face down, unseen. A tidy house, clarity and organization, gathering around the power of community. If you want to take a screenshot on those. So a tidy house and heart home. I feel like you are tidy. I generally don't take the words like verbatim, but I'm like, I keep a tidy home. And now it's like bringing me into my one sister, Sarah. She's like minimalist teacher. She keeps a tidy home. Like, the woman has the cleanest microwave with 2 kids and a husband and dogs. And like, how do you keep your microwave so clean? It's almost like the minimalist, but even in the spirit of her, she appreciates other styles and other collections. Like, not my ways. She knows like my way is not the only way to feel at home, to create a house and home. Also, like, very organized. You have like baskets and things. I know that sounds weird, but you know what I mean? Like, just, I don't know, organized. Like, you might get excited to go to Staples. Like that kind of, I got a new organizer. I don't know. I'm not laughing at you because I totally love it. It's just, you're one of those. You're one of those people that were all like, but it's not meant to make anyone else feel less than. It's just your way. And I feel like you actually share it and teach it some way, shape, or form. Because your aura just exudes it. It's like a fuzzy rainbow. A rainbow made of feathers. Yeah, I'm going to lean into that. Community. You might do community work, or you're just, I feel like you're well liked. You're well received. This feels like a really kind reading. And not to say I have, nothing to gain, nothing to lose. I feel kind. I feel very welcomed. And even like with the Evil Queen Castle type thing, the High Priestess, I'm like, this is kind of like where some magic happens though. Like, I feel like if you are in a commitment, it kind of gives me like power couple vibes. And if you're not, I feel like that's what I might be looking for to gravitate with, is like power couple vibes. But, playfully power couples. Okay. I'm going to add on a few more, and then I'm going to flip it. I'm going to start. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Anna, for being my muse. King of Cups, King of Pentacles, and King of Cups. Oh, sorry. Did I bring that up? I even feel lighter in your reading. I'm like, And the Knight of Cups. It's not the point that it's the Knight of Cups I'm hearing. It's the heartstrings. That's that music, that joy. Relationships bring me joy. 3 of Cups, which is like my sister's card. Like the card of sisters, companionship. Cards like to come out in 3s with you. Any sort of death and rebirth for you within the self have been soft. No, I'm not saying that they were experienced soft, felt softly. But I used like that dirt when I buried things, symbolically, releasing them. And I bloomed. Things bloomed from them. It's like I honor, even like amongst grief, when I'm reflective on grief or things that I've lost, people that have crossed over and their fate was their fate. When I think of them and like therapize myself, I add softness to it. And that's a super strength. That's how it's like a super strength. Oh my goodness. Okay. So the King of Cups and Knight of Cups came in. So I feel like if your partner, maybe it's within yourself, right? That male and female energies. If you're familiar with my readings, whether it's external to internal, I always try and bring it home. But it's like somebody might have just like, again, there's that cruise feeling. Maybe you just like to take cruises. It helps you feel joy, to relax. Water is very soothing. I feel like so much earth around me because I feel very grounded. But sometimes I just want to float, like have a glass of wine or mimosa, and I kind of want to float. I'm not saying it has to be those things, but you know what I mean? But I feel like maybe, like it could even have a story like a high school sweetheart. I feel like somebody has my heart, even if that someone is me, like of myself being in your aura. The Three of Cups, sisterhood of the traveling pants. Maybe you have a really tight crew. Do things very differently. But it balances out. Interesting. Okay, and then these two came down. The Empress again. So you've had the Empress twice, I believe. And the Seven of Swords. So if those mean anything to you. But I'm going to read the artistry. Okay, so like look at all this coloring. Sorry, I have to bring this in. So when I'm like in your, like not in your aura, when I'm outside of it, like 6, 8, 12, possibly even to like 14 feet, this like just emanates, but it comes back in. Like I feel like in that like recycling energy. I don't feel like I overextend for the most part. There might be moments, of course, right? But like just you being you out there, I feel like I'm in a garden, grounded as a garden, not necessarily a dirt pile. Because it's not that no one, I feel like maybe what I've been through or what I go through, what I feel sometimes, I cultivate and do the work deeply or quietly or with a very select group of people. Maybe I go to therapy. Maybe I go see a holistic so-and-so. I don't know what it is. It's not the point. The dirt piling, the excavating, the filtering, adding nutrients, new soil, and, the landscaping of my life and my love of my healing. People don't necessarily see that when I see people. I just mean in general, they just feel the benefits of all your blooming. Because even in both of these cards, like there's just all the coloring is like the flowers here and okay, I can get my fingers out of the way. It's in your aura. You might really like flowers as well. Feminine energy. I don't know if maybe somebody... Okay, that's a weird thing, but I'm going to say, I don't know if like I like froze my eggs or something along that lines. Or something with childbirth. Oh, is there a baby in that bonnet? Hold on. Squeeze. There is. See if I can share this with you. Right there is a peanut. There's a peanut. Okay, so I'm going to have a whole lot of compassion here. I'm not necessarily trying to be a predictor or a truth teller. I truly am grateful for the space to share what I'm seeing, sensing, and feeling. I feel like I may have had some miscarriages. I feel as though maybe something hasn't worked out. So maybe if you necessarily aren't like you of yourself, if this is a rabbit hole that resonates, of course, please release it. If not, but I feel like it's coming forward. Again, the manger thing, miracle baby coming through. Because it kind of gives me feel like with the Seven of Swords, like something might have been taken away from me, an opportunity to be a mother. But I feel like even if I opt in to adopt or have a surrogate or something different, right? Or a foster foster mother, something along that lines. They are a miracle to me. Maybe you work in foster care. I don't know what, do you know what I'm saying? But this is what I feel from you, this blooming. And even she is also got that snake feeling. I really wonder if the snake symbology means something to you. Now, I know there's like a totality of the meaning of that, right? The symbology. I know like an indigenous, it can be a warning, like don't cross here, but it's not necessarily like don't cross here. It can just be not great for you. Not great for you. Like if you cross this threshold, you might interact with somebody that's not really of value to you. Of course, there's all this lore, but please follow you. This doesn't feel slimy, snaky. This just kind of feels in this instance like I've had to keep or freeze some eggs for some opportunity or simply opportunities of things that I care about. And if it's not an actual baby, maybe it's a career, a connection. Okay, but I'm also, when I'm back up here in the manger, like I saw it earlier, but I asked for it to be validated, and I guess it was, so I'm really hoping it aligns, but again, please forgive if it doesn't. There's the head. It's like I feel like I'm looking at an ultrasound, and you know, like kind of how like they can look like alien-y when, at least that's what it looked like with my sisters and stuff. My parents had them. Awesome. Oh, and I just saw two people like, oh, okay. I'm going to flip it. Oh my goodness. Okay, Anna. Like people are going to gather. I feel like spirit is gathering around you. Maybe you'll even have to move, or more bedrooms. Like, see, in both of these house cards, we already talked about this one, but like there's all these additions. Like maybe is your family growing? 1, 2, 3, 4. Like 4, and 1's on the way. Like maybe you have a large family. Maybe that's why I brought in regards to my family, because I'm the oldest of 5. So maybe either you come from a large family. Again, you have that core group of 5 friends. To you're having a fifth baby. Again, whether it's foster, adoption, they're all miracles. I got nothing but love. That's how it makes me feel. I'm going to have to ditch this. Sorry. I like to be right on the table. Okay, we're here for Anna. We're just going to let it fly. There's a bird. It's got like a blue beak. I don't think it's a blue jay, but it's a blue bird. Oh my goodness, I'm seeing another cheerleader, but it's like a bunny. Oh, I love it. Okay, what else do we got going on here? I'm seeing healing hands. Again, I don't know if it's something in the root, like it's right in this space. Can I have my hand back for one moment? Right here. Healing hands. Yep, healing hands. I've had a conversation with somebody who's older than me. They look like they are a dinosaur. I don't know if it's like an old doctor, old ways, old wisdoms. Like I said, like maybe natural. Something different. Anyway. Like it could even be like putting like a bunch of herbs or rubbing your belly or something along that lines. What's going on over here? Triangle. Power. Yeah, I want to pay attention. I've got the power. Something about your lymph as well. I don't know if you go for lymph massages. Your lymph nodes. I feel like either it's your male energy or the male in your life. Okay, but I am, but again, he could be really close, like foundational, right? Like, strong. strong, but there might be something, I don't know if it's him, you, your male energy, but just something about the lymph massage. Enjoy, relax, because it feels like a soft sweeping, but I feel like it also does something with your aura. What do we have going on here? Like, this was like wild over here. If you see anything there, I'm gonna take a boo. To the moon and back. That was the apple. Why do I feel like I'm looking at science? It's probably why I'm not understanding it. Like, I feel like I'm looking at, okay, I feel like I'm looking at a graph, almost like if the globe was grafted out of like ley lines or something like that. Okay. Also, like, I feel like I enjoy like Picasso. There's something about, because I can see, okay, I feel like I can, if people, okay, including me right now, including me, but apparently you're qualified for this. People come at you scatterbrained, or maybe when you're feeling scatterbrained, there's some way that's like soothing, where it kind of rocks into a conversation. Like if I came in and I'm like, oh my God, Anna, da, 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 da. There is certain keys and tones, just like the violin. Maybe you play it. The art of your language of communication, and you can pluck people. Or your own energy. I don't know if it's internal, external. Because I'm seeing like a mobile, and it's like soothing, and it like calms people down. Like, okay, focus over here. Focus over here. Maybe you're a hypnotist. I don't know. Focus over here. There's something else in there. I don't know what it is. I think it's like a walnut. And also one of those plants that do that. One of those like plants. What is it? I'm going to call it a snapping plant. But it's not it. And then it's like bringing me into like plants eat light. Like through photosynthesis and transmit. Like maybe, do you work with like plant energy? Like do you, some sort of photosynthesis? And it was like, what do emotions eat? I'm going to flip it. One moment. I'm seeing one of those. Oh, I can't remember what it's called. I apologize. Not in this moment anyway. It's like, oh my God, it's such a simple word, and I do know it. It's one of those things with fruit in it. Like Fruit of the Loom underwear, but like the... But the Lord's like it was never actually there. Why can't I remember that word? That's ridiculous. Anyway, maybe something about Thanksgiving. Again, I'm very grateful. Very grateful. I'm thankful for this bounty. I feel like you really appreciate abstract art. Did I say Picasso earlier? But like something along that lines, like I can just, it doesn't have to be Picasso, but you know, that's cool. I can follow the lines of a thought. You might even be like a doodler. And those doodles are soothing. You're like, like even like the automatic writing of it all. Oh, yeah. Brings like an inquisition in. Okay. I think that's a walnut. Also something like I'm seeing a flag. I don't know what it stands for, but it's very simple. I don't know if I'm not seeing the whole thing though, so bear with me. I'm also seeing something about the solar system. That's like the science stuff. You know what I feel like I'm seeing? It's like I'm seeing the path of the solar system, and like I'm watching, like if you were to track like a cat on GoPro, you know, their journeys, an outdoor cat. I feel like that's what I'm watching. Okay. Oh my goodness. I've been rambling on. All right. Let's go from this side. Oh yes, there's the rabbit cheerleader. Rabbit. This makes me feel like fertility versus fears. Maybe there's fears around fertility, whether those are in relation to people, places, or things, opportunity, creative. Okay, when I see the bluebird thing, it kind of brings me into like Avatar vibes. I saw the movie once. Maybe it's water as well, like water and air. Like, Anna. How sweet it is to be loved by you. Like, seriously, you are a straight up like goddess. You've got goddess vibes, empress and goddess vibes for something so stable. And something very sacred about, because the shell is standing out. Is that the sciencey thing I was saying? Is there something complicated? Thank you. Is there something complicated? I'm going to go down this rabbit hole. And I really don't, I hope that you can resonate or put it in the channel that it pertains to, just simply as I'm seeing the symbology come about. Okay, so in this Venus love, oddly enough, like see, I don't know, the planet or sun up there. Okay. And then all the scribbles that comes down in here. And in here, there's the shell. And it's almost like I can follow all the roping of the toka, or the wrapping anyway. I don't know if there is some sort of complications with the plumbing. I know that's not very ladylike, but hopefully you know what I mean. Or maybe like tubes were tied after, you know, we thought this was our last. Stability, and I was, stabilizing something. I feel like I'm at a spa, or again, it doesn't have to be a spa. Maybe it's a spiritual spa. Maybe it's a science spa. I don't really know. That's okay. And I kept seeing a body wrap, like a seaweed wrap or something. And it's like detoxifying. Maybe it's just like skincare regimen. But earthly instability. This, there it is right there. Like, symbol. Like, it's right in there. Incredible. Incredible. Again, this is a very lovely energy for me, so I want to thank you for this. But I don't want to dismiss that there's not hard work. Because remember, like when I was talking about earlier, like people might see the garden on top, but there's a lot of work that goes in. Like you've paid your debts, you've paid your dues. People might not focus on that, but that's not, I feel very humbled, and I'm like, that's okay. It's my mind, the communication. You're like, that's okay. I understand. I feel for you. There's also like that Egyptian vibe up there that we were talking about earlier, along with the manger. I feel like you might really resonate with, I believe anyway, some sort of parallel or past life in the Egyptian era. Because you know what I'm talking. This is kind of like the goddess vibes I'm getting. But then at this, like you could just walk around like, what is it, like a pharaoh princess or something along the lines. And then the other half of me sees like an older woman from like Turkey or, I don't know, Poland. I'm Polish, so that's why I say that. But or Ukraine, or I don't know, somewhere, you know, Eastern European. Could also be a loved one stepping forward. Capricorn, I use. Okay, so when I land into this, I'm back into like the space stuff. Obviously due to the coloring of the card. But in like the sea goat symbology, and again, you have the earth sign down here of stability. If you yourself aren't an earth sign, or maybe you're a fire sign, but you work with earth signs a lot, you know how to draw energies and elements in this very loving aura that you have. But when I see the goat, I'm seeing the sea goat, not in necessarily water, but in the space and stars, like the sea of stars. Did it come through, or was that my imagination? Give me a second here. Maybe it was my imagination. That's okay. That's okay. But there is a channel of light opening up. So whatever this opportunity is, person, place, or thing. Very grounding. Some sort of old medicine coming in. Okay, I'm going to get ready to close out here, Anna. Thank you so much for being my muse. I am truly grateful, honored, and it really does warm my haunted heart because you just have a really nice aura, and this has been lovely for me. White, purity and innocence. Okay, you know what I'm also seeing is it's in a movie. Yeah. It's like a superhero movie. But he's like really a kid. And Shazam. Yeah. That's what it makes me feel like. I feel like also too, like when somebody, or at least when I step forward to like to the angry version of you, or I have strong stability, like structure. Maybe you're very disciplined and strict in the way you do things, and it's respected. But when you do it, it's like, and enough is enough. And as you like dole out little bits of light. I don't know if that helps or makes sense, but I'm seeing that down there. I don't know if it's like socks or something. That was Purity and Innocence diamond. So if you're not already in a couple, I feel like there's definitely a diamond coming in. Or again, a soul stepping forward. What are you down here? I feel like I'm hanging something by the stocking. Hanging a stocking by the chimney with care. I love it. I love the abstract world. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. Is there anything else that's standing out? You know what I'm going to do as I'm closing? I'm going to scry through here because it gives me a slightly different perspective sometimes. I'm seeing a vase. Endings. Signs from spirit with love. You are a beacon. Shine on. You... Like again, whoops. Right? Like you are the beacon on earth for many. Very pure white light. Like, and now I'm seeing like those light bulbs. Pure white, soft yellow, soft white, different shades of light bulbs. I have here signs from spirit with love. Indigo, mystery and mastery of life. Oh, I did actually go the right way. And endings, you are held. So if there has been any endings in a relationship or endings in... Oh, somebody just like at me. That was nice. Or maybe you're just moving into a different, again, that leaning into learning. You're like, like I could explore this a little bit more. And that might mean letting go of something else. But you kind of, it's like I walk up, I feel like I'm in a movie, like a rom-com. It's so amazing. And it's like I've made this decision in my mind. And like I use my mind and I use my love and my purity and my joy. But I might want to lean into something. It's like, yeah, I want to explore this. And once I kind of like commit, and I bring in this heart, like this vase, like this one Empress cup of sorts. It's like then I not walk off. It's not like pirate walking the plank. I walk down the dock where I'm thinking about it. And then I can see myself like diving into the water, feeling very refreshed by my decisions. It's like there's a cleansing happening around you. Maybe this is just why it's all like very sunset feel right in there. And lots of water. I don't know if you're going on a cruise, or maybe you like to go on cruises, but anyway, I feel like you do receive signs from spirits, and it's probably just amongst nature. Even when you hear like other people speak, you can pick up on cues from spirit working through them. And you might resonate with that being like an indigo child. And maybe that felt a little different when you were young. Maybe you're a little bit different. Or you felt very deeply. And you had a wish. And that wish was a diamond. Diamond in the sky. But okay, and so now it's like, I don't know if it is actually Peter Pan or if I'm making it up, but I don't think it's the point. I was so pure of heart when I made this wish, whether it was for a person, my soulmate, the job I want, to be understood, or to have gratitude and grace apply, whatever. At that, because I feel like I said that wish so innocently and purely. I'm not sure of the time necessarily that it took to manifest, but things like, did I like fling something off? Sorry. Space kind of like the solar system rearranged in your subconscious to bring it into fruition. Abstractly, maybe. But it happened. Something like cracking a walnut. Cracking a walnut. I know I said walnut before, or at least I think I did. And now I'm seeing it cracked. Okay, Anna, thank you so much for being my muse. I am going to let you go and let you enjoy. Do we want to add anything? Okay, I lied. Might as well go the distance, right? Little extra je ne sais quoi. Okay, closing out oracle messages for Anna. I just heard that Sonny and Cher song, I Got You, Babe. I got you, babe. I see you in there. Yep. Anna. Okay. On the bottom, we have Pandora's gift. I'm telling you right from the beginning, you are a gift. Somebody's a miracle. So, and maybe also something as you're continuing your mastery or revealing a part of yourself. Maybe you are as well an intuitive and you speak it more or you share it. Maybe you are also a reader. I have no idea, but I feel like you are a gift in different ways, in almost like every channel of your life. But I don't feel like there's pressure to be any sort of personality. It just kind of, I let it flow. Follow your own rhythm. Because you've already been through your storms. You have been through storms, even though other people weren't there for the cleanup. Or you didn't show it. Defend to the end the worthwhile. This brings me into the Evil Queen's castle or the subconscious realm, the ravens, the high priestess, especially from this direction. It literally looks like two ravens. You might also be meeting somebody where it's like you can speak raven to raven. You know, you can have those mystical conversations. You can, and maybe that's part of like the leaning in. You're like, can we talk about this more? Or just, I don't know, some sort of, but it feels like priestess to priestess energy. And that's always worth defending. It's always worth defending. And it's worth defending with your light. And right up here, like, remember I was talking about that apple seed or whatnot? Where is it? Did I already put it away? That's like the gift. There. I could even actually put like, sorry. Do I have it the wrong way? The camera always, no, I had it the right way. Okay, like see the bird there? The bird eyes, and it's like plop. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I hope you can feel that. Bathe in the purity of perhaps even the message that's being shared with you. If you don't necessarily feel it, feeling the healing. Allowing it to come through other people. I hope it served you well, Anna. Until next time.